Since its formation in 1909, Bugatti has become famous for its lineup of legendary, high-performance cars, which have helped to set numerous records in the motor industry. However, it hasn't always been a smooth ride for Bugatti, as the journey of building the most impressive supercars in the world came with some difficult challenges. You're going to want to fasten your seatbelt for this one. This is the evolution of Bugatti. Before Bugatti was founded, Ettore Bugatti was an apprentice at a bicycle manufacturer. At age 17, he designed a tricycle with an engine, the Type 1. However, he was more interested in cars than bicycles. At the time, cars weren't anything like we have today, though. This Porsche from 1900, for example, had a top speed of only 22 miles per hour, and it was expensive, with a price tag of approximately $4,000. That would be equivalent to about $130,000 today. Shortly after making the Type 1, Bugatti started designing the Type 2. In 1901, he finished his first car, and even won an award from the French Automobile Club for it. A man named Baron de Dietrich was so enthusiastic about Ettore's first design that he put him in charge of car production technology at his company. In 1903, Bugatti designed the Type 5, which was a race car and an upgraded version of the Type 2. However, his boss didn't appreciate that he devoted so much energy to the production of race cars, and his contract was terminated in 1904. Bugatti made a few more cars before he founded his own company named Automobiles Ettore Bugatti in 1909. That was more than 110 years ago. The first real Bugatti was the Type 10. It was a small, lightweight car that was powerful enough to win races. In 1910, Bugatti Type 13 was produced. It had the appearance of a toy, but surprisingly, the lightweight four-wheeled dwarf outperformed many competitors in the Le Mans race and came in second at the event. This further established the name of the brand as a manufacturer of powerful automobiles. While the Type 13 could only reach 78 miles per hour, it had exceptional handling, steering, and braking. In total, 2,000 Type 13 units were made. In 1912, the Bugatti Type 18 was launched. It was an extremely powerful racing car with a 4-cylinder 5-liter engine capable of reaching 99 miles per hour. At the time, that was an impressive top speed, since it was about the same speed as fighter planes could reach in the air. In total, 7 models of the Bugatti Type 18 were made, and only 3 are known to be still around, one of which was sold at an auction at Bonhams for a whopping $2.8 million. A special version of the car was named the Black Bess, which went down in motoring history as one of the first street-legal supercars. In 2014, Bugatti made a special version of the Bugatti Veyron, also named the Black Bess, to honor the legendary car. The special model of the Veyron was priced at almost $3 million, making it one of the most expensive cars in the world. In 1913, Bugatti developed the BB, which was manufactured under license by Peugeot. The Peugeot BB was a very small car, hence the name, which is French for baby. When it first appeared at the Paris Motor Show, attendees were greatly impressed by the modern car that was cheap, small, and practical. The BB went on to become a huge success. In fact, more BB models were made than any other Bugatti model. In total, 3,095 units were produced. Fun fact, speaking of baby Bugattis, in celebration of its 110th anniversary in 2019, Bugatti teamed up with the Little Car Company to produce the Baby 2. It's a 75% scale, fully electric reincarnation of the iconic Bugatti Type 35 that serves as a modern tribute to the original Bugatti Baby, a car that Ettore once gifted to his youngest son, Roland. Just like the original, the Bugatti Baby 2 is a strictly limited edition, with only 500 cars being built, meaning 500 children have, by now, probably received the best present ever. When the First World War began in 1914, Bugatti ceased production of its cars. Instead, the company started designing engines for aircraft, since they were much needed in the war. In 1920, 2 years after the war had ended, history was made when Ernest Frederick won Bugatti's first ever major race at the Grand Prix in Le Mans. 1 year later, an upgraded version of the Type 13 with 16 valves helped Bugatti win the top 4 spots at a race in Brescia. From that point on, the 16-valve Type 13 was nicknamed the Brescia. Another significant model was the Type 30, produced in 1922. It was Bugatti's first touring car. The car was designed to be suitable for both roads and racetracks. In total, 600 Type 30s were built. 1 year later, Bugatti designed a cartoonish-looking race car. However, the short wheelbase made it difficult to control the car, and the car's shape tended to generate lift rather than downforce. This resulted in a disappointing third-place finish in the French Grand Prix of 1923. In 1924, Bugatti's golden years started with the legendary Type 35 race car. It was designed to be light, strong, fast, and elegant. The Type 35 became one of the most successful racing cars ever. Between 1924 and 1930, the legendary race car secured over 2,000 victories in various races. In 1925, the Targa Florio was one of the toughest and most famous road races. Bugatti didn't even win this race just once, but an incredible 5 times in a row. The Type 35 could achieve speeds of over 134 miles per hour. According to Bugatti, no other car was as fast, beautiful, and safe as the 8-cylinder car. In 1926, Bugatti made the luxurious Type 38. It had 75 horsepower and could reach a top speed of 78 miles per hour. In total, 385 models were produced. Today, a total of around 40 of these cars are still in existence. For over a decade, Ettore Bugatti's dream was to make the greatest and most luxurious car of all time. In 1926, this dream came true with the introduction of the Type 41 Royale. It is one of the largest cars in the world, measuring 6.5 meters in length. According to Bugatti, the Royale was the most expensive car of all time and still holds that title today. However, the production of this car coincided with the Great Depression, and due to high costs, it almost ruined Bugatti. 6 units were made, but only 3 of them were sold to customers. Fun fact, in 1983, a Royale was sold at Christie's auction for a massive $8.7 million. Adjusted for inflation, that would be more than $23 million today, making it one of the most expensive cars ever sold. Bugatti unveiled the Type 44 in 1927. It had a 3-liter, 8-cylinder engine and was made for comfort. The Type 44 proved to be immensely popular and sold very well. In total, 1,100 Type 44s were built out of the 7,900 Bugatti cars that were built in total in the Molsheim factory. The Type 46 was a standard luxury car. It had a 5.4-liter straight-8 engine with an output of 140 horsepower. The model was a favorite of Ettore Bugatti, and it remained in production longer than might have been expected, resulting in 400 examples being produced between 1929 through 1936. The Type 50 was a sporting coupe version of the Type 46, but it was significantly more powerful. While the Type 46 could reach a top speed of 99 miles per hour, the Type 50 could reach up to 110 miles per hour. Next came the Bugatti Type 55 in 1935. Surprisingly, the car didn't have any doors, which made it far less practical. The car was also criticized for being deafening to ride in. It became a very exclusive car, since only 38 units were produced. In 2020, a Type 55 was sold at Bonham's auction for $7.1 million. Incidentally, 1935 was also the year that the streamlined Class A4 462 Pacific Type steam locomotive was introduced in Britain. You might ask, why is that relevant? Well, Sir Nigel Gresley, the chief mechanical engineer for the London and North Eastern Railway, was heavily inspired by the streamlined cars of Bugatti. And in fitting fashion, the steam trains would go on to include the Mallard. which set a world record for the fastest steam train in the world. One of the latest models released before the Second World War was the legendary Type 57. The car received an entirely new design, created by Jean Bugatti, Ettore's son. It was a touring car with a top speed of 95 miles per hour. The car could be ordered in different models, including convertible and coupe. Multiple versions were made, including the famous Type 57G tank. The streamlined body was designed to improve aerodynamics. The tank won the 1936 French Grand Prix, as well as the 1937 24 Hours of Le Mans. Only 3 units were made, and only one still exists. It is displayed in the Simeone Foundation Automotive Museum in Philadelphia. Another very special version of the Type 57 was made, called the Type 57 SC Atlantic. Its name paid tribute to one of Jean Bugatti's friends, a pilot who had crashed his plane in the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic car was much faster than the original Type 57, with a top speed of 123 miles per hour, which is 28 miles per hour difference compared to the original. Fun fact, the Type 57 SC Atlantic is an incredibly exclusive car, since only 4 models were ever made. 3 are known, but the 4th is still missing. Bugatti estimated that this Atlantic model could be worth as much as $114 million. This would make it the most expensive car in the world, by far. In 1936, Ettore Bugatti was devastated when his workers from the Molsheim factory started a strike. He took this as a personal insult because he thought he had a special relationship with his workers and paid above-average wages. And more bad things happened to the company. When on 11 August 1939, Jean Bugatti died while test driving the Type 57G tank. As if this wasn't enough, World War II started, and the Germans forced Ettore to sell the Molsheim factory. After the war, the factory was returned to the Bugatti family, but due to a lack of funds, Bugatti was unable to develop a new product range. Sadly, 2 years after the war, Ettore Bugatti passed away on 21 August 1947 at the age of 66. The company barely managed to stay in business. In 1951, the first Bugatti was made after the death of Ettore Bugatti. The Type 101 had the same engine as the pre-war Type 57. Due to financial problems, only 8 Type 101 cars were built before Bugatti completely stopped production. In total, approximately 7,900 Bugatti cars have been produced in the Molsheim factory in the 47 years since Ettore Bugatti founded his company. Fun fact, the Schlumpf brothers were avid Bugatti collectors. In total, they managed to acquire 98 Bugattis. This included Ettore Bugatti's personal Royale. When the brothers fled to avoid prosecution, the collection became state property. In 1982, a museum located in Mulhouse, France, was built around the Schlumpf collection. The museum contains the largest and most comprehensive collection of Bugatti cars in the world. In 1987, an Italian entrepreneur and car dealer named Romano Artioli acquired the Bugatti brand and established the Bugatti Automobile SPA company. The company moved from France to Italy. Artioli invited some of the best designers and engineers to help him turn his vision into reality. Some of these designers also worked on the legendary Lamborghini Miura, which you might remember from the Evolution of Lamborghini series. 2 years later, on September 15, 1991, the Bugatti EB110 was released to mark the 110th birthday of Ettore Bugatti. It received a 3.5-liter Bugatti quad turbocharged V12 engine, capable of going 213 miles per hour. The car was also able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds. In 1994, Michael Schumacher purchased a yellow EB110 Supersport, giving the company a great deal of publicity. However, soon after, he accidentally crashed the car into a truck and blamed the inadequate brakes for the crash. Despite this, the car was repaired, and Schumacher kept the car until 2003. In total, Approximately 140 units of this car were made. The EB110 was the only production model made by Artioli's Italian incarnation of the Bugatti, since the company ended up going bankrupt. This was almost the end of Bugatti entirely, but thankfully in 1998, Volkswagen purchased the brand. In the same year, the EB118 concept was unveiled at the Paris Motor Show. The 18-cylinder sports car was designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, and it paved the way for new Bugatti models. It had a very powerful engine designed by Volkswagen, which gave it a top speed of 199 miles per hour. Fun fact, Giorgetto Giugiaro also designed the AMC DeLorean sports car, which gained worldwide recognition as the DeLorean Time Machine in the Back to the Future franchise. At the start of the 21st century, Bugatti presented the EB164 Veyron at multiple motor shows. It was named in honor of Pierre Veyron, who had won countless races for Bugatti, of which the most memorable was the victory at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1939. In 2005, production of the Veyron started. Bugatti went back to its roots by producing the car at Molsheim in France, the same place where Ettore Bugatti started producing his first car. The Veyron was extremely quick and could accelerate to 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. But even more impressive was the top speed. It could reach a top speed of 254 miles per hour, making it the fastest car in the world. Once again, the production of the Bugatti Veyron re-established the name of the brand as a luxurious supercar in the 21st century. The car even won some awards, including Car of the Decade by Top Gear. In 2008 came the premiere of the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Grand Sport. It was a supercar with a removable Targa roof. The Grand Sport edition was limited to 150 units. The first unit was sold at auction by Gooding & Company for $3.2 million. 1 year later, Bugatti unveiled 4 special Centenaire models of the Veyron. These were launched to celebrate Bugatti's 100th anniversary. The Centenaire was launched in 4 different racing colors of the countries that competed in motorsports in Ettore Bugatti's day: blue for France, red for Italy, green for Great Britain, and white for Germany. In 2010, the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Supersport was launched. It was a faster, more powerful version compared to previous Veyron models. It had an increased engine power output of 1,184 horsepower, going 268 miles per hour. It set a Guinness World Record because it was the fastest production sports car in the world. In 2012, the Grand Sport Vitesse was unveiled as an open-top version of the Supersport. With a top speed of 255 miles per hour, it became the fastest production roadster ever. In total, Bugatti produced 252 units of the original Veyron model, 58 of the Grand Sport, 48 of the Supersport, and 92 units of the Grand Sport Vitesse, bringing the total to 450 Veyron units in a span of over 10 years. Fun fact, at top speed, the Bugatti Veyron Supersport would rip through its tires within 15 minutes. New tires cost a whopping $42,000, and to replace them, you would have to pay another $69,000, bringing the total to more than $100,000. Wow, for that kind of money, you could buy a Porsche 718 Cayman instead. In 2015, the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo was unveiled at the Frankfurt Motor Show. Designed exclusively for the Gran Turismo series of video games, it was a celebration of Bugatti's racing heritage. At the same time, it provided an exciting glimpse into the company's future. The one-off hypercar was inspired by the Type 57 Bugatti that raced to victory in the late 1930s, right down to the blue paint job. However, to bring it into the 21st century, Bugatti engineers used modern racing technology and spent 6 months analyzing its aerodynamics. With pure track performance in mind, the comfort and safety systems seen in road-going Bugattis were stripped, and the Vision GT was made much lighter and faster. A carbon fiber body and independent suspension lent themselves to more speed and better handling. Meanwhile, a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission delivers power to all 4 wheels, making the Vision Gran Turismo an all-wheel drive car. Although it's never actually been tested on a real track, with a heavily modified 8-liter W16 engine, Bugatti engineers calculated that the Vision GT was capable of a top speed of 278 miles per hour. And since only one real-life model was ever built, estimates of the car's value range between $5 million and $18 million US. In the virtual world, the car has appeared in Gran Turismo Sport and in Gran Turismo 7. In 2016, Bugatti premiered the Chiron at the Geneva International Motor Show and called it the most powerful, fastest, most luxurious, and most exclusive production supersports car in the world. The engine of the Chiron was significantly upgraded compared to the Veyron, with a power output of 1,479 horsepower. The car could blast from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds, making it the quickest car in the world. The Bugatti Chiron had its top speed electronically limited to 261 miles per hour. The reason for this was safety, as none of the tires produced at that time would be able to handle the stress when driving at top speed. In 2017, the Chiron achieved a world record, going from 0 to 400 to 0 kilometers per hour in only 42 seconds. As many as 200 models of the Chiron were sold even before the first car was delivered. The base price was $2.8 million. Bugatti unveiled a track-focused version of the Chiron named the Chiron Sport at the 2018 Geneva Motor Show. To keep the car competitive on the racetrack, it was improved aerodynamically, and the car was lighter. The Bugatti Chiron Sport was sold for around $3.3 million. In 2019, Bugatti presented a high-performance variant of the Chiron called the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus. The car was powered by a quad-turbocharged W16 engine with 1,580 horsepower. It became the first car in the world to attain a maximum speed in excess of 300 miles per hour. The 300 Plus is limited to just 30 examples. A standard version of the Chiron Supersport recently launched in 2022, with an eye-watering price tag starting at $3,825,000. It comes with more leather in the interior and special redesigned wheels. Impressively, the Chiron Supersport's top speed is limited to 273 miles per hour. Though, without being limited, the Chiron Supersport with the new Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires can consistently drive at up to 500 kilometers per hour or 311 miles per hour. In 2020, Bugatti introduced the Chiron Pure Sport. The car is focused on handling to make the car more agile. The transmission has been revised, and the car is also about 50 kilograms lighter than the standard Chiron. Production will be limited to just 60 units. Interestingly, customers who are fortunate enough to purchase a Bugatti can customize their supercar with the Bugatti Sur Mesure program, meaning custom made in French. Bugatti calls it the pinnacle of customization, allowing customers to implement associations to their work, hobbies, talents, or interests on their supercar. And the latest Chiron model is the Chiron Profile, which was originally planned to be positioned between the Chiron Sport and Pure Sport. However, the car never made it into production. So why was it never completed? Because all 500 slots reserved for the Chiron had already been sold before its development was finished. It was the last brand new Bugatti with a W16 engine offered by Molsheim. Only one model has been made, and it was sold at an auction by RM Sotheby's on February 1st, 2023. Any guesses for how much it was sold for? Well, it was sold for a whopping 9.8 million euros, which is roughly $10.7 million. It smashed all estimates and has become the most expensive new car ever sold at auction. Fun fact, did you know that the 200th Bugatti Chiron car produced was the 110 Ons Bugatti? It is one of several cars that have been made to celebrate the 110th anniversary of the French brand. One of the charms of Bugatti cars is that they are made only for a selected few. To emphasize this point, Bugatti introduced the Bugatti Divo Limited Edition in 2018. One of the conditions for owning a Divo is that you must have previously owned a Chiron, hence the exclusivity. The mid-engine track-focused sports car is named after the French racing driver Albert Divo. Although the power output was the same as the Chiron, the Divo wasn't as fast. Nonetheless, it can still reach an impressive top speed of 236 miles per hour. The Divo is a very exclusive car, and only 40 units were produced. This also made the car very expensive, with a price tag of $5.4 million. In 2019, the La Voiture Noire was released. It is a modern interpretation of the Type 57 SC Atlantic. The legendary icon designed by Jean Bugatti is considered today one of the greatest Bugattis of all time. The La Voiture Noire, which those of you who passed basic French will know means the black car, is a tribute to Bugatti's own history and brings speed, technology, luxury, and aesthetics of the Atlantic into a new era. When released, it was the most expensive car ever built. Only one unit was made, and it will also be the last. It was sold for, wait for it, $18.7 million, making it the most expensive new car ever sold. Fun fact, Bugatti is said to have made a list of customers who wanted to pay more than $12 million for a unique Bugatti. Bugatti called the first one on the list who was willing to pay the price without even seeing one sketch. Imagine paying more than $12 million without knowing what the car will look like. Centodieci is the Italian word for 110, and the Bugatti Centodieci was one of the models introduced to celebrate the 110th anniversary of the brand in 2019. It drew inspiration from the Bugatti EB110, produced in 1991. The Centodieci can reach an electronically limited top speed of 240 miles per hour. Only 10 units will be produced, with a price tag of about $8.9 million each. The Bugatti Bolide was released in 2021. The Bolide's name comes from the term Le Bolide, which, if you passed advanced French lessons, you might know translates to the racing car. Development started with a simple question: what if Bugatti developed a radically light, completely new concept around its iconic 8-liter W16 engine? The answer? An insane car with a top speed projected to be more than 311 miles per hour, making it the fastest car in the world. The Bolide has an even more powerful engine than the Chiron Supersport 300 Plus, with an engine output of a massive 1,824 horsepower. Its acceleration is also record-breaking, with the car going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 2.2 seconds. According to the company, the Bugatti Bolide is the most extreme, uncompromising, fastest, and lightest vehicle concept in their company's history. Looking towards the future, and electric vehicles in particular, a new company by the name of Bugatti Rimac was founded in November 2021. Headquartered in Croatia, it combines the technical expertise and innovation of Rimac, a Croatian company already established in the electric hypercar market, with the heritage and expert engineering of Bugatti.
Today, we are announcing the creation of a new company, the best hypercar company in the world, called Bugatti Rimac.
On 20 August 2022, Bugatti Rimac presented its first joint car, the Bugatti W16 Mistral. It's a two-door convertible being marketed as the fastest roadster in the world. It features an 8-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine with 1,600 horsepower. It is going to be the last road-going model produced with the supreme power of the W16 engine. All 99 units planned to be built have already been pre-sold at a price of 5 million euros each. For that price, buyers can expect a very aerodynamic and sporty vehicle, but also one that's luxurious. Bugatti even stated about the Roadster, "One thing is clear, you are witnessing automotive history being made." The car's front headlights are uniquely designed with 4 diagonal lighting strips, while the rear lights are designed as 2 arrows pointing to the Bugatti symbol. The interior is based on the Chiron, except for the gear lever, which is like a Jurassic Park Easter egg. Embedded in amber, it features the dancing elephant sculpture, which Rembrandt Bugatti, the brother of Ettore, designed. It's unbelievable how much Bugatti has evolved from the start in 1904 all the way until now. Despite its challenges, Bugatti continues to create some of the most impressive supercars in the world, even after more than a century since the company was founded. Please consider subscribing and click the video on the right to watch the evolution of Lamborghini. Let us know, what is your favorite Bugatti car?